Welcome to this subject about Autodesk Navisworks. As you can know, Navisworks is a software entitled for using and managing many different type of files related to the BIM methodology. Once that you have installed Navisworks for the first time, you will find that the system creates two main shortcuts in your desktop, and both of them are the same, with the difference that one of them uses the end of the name BIM 360. In this case, we are going to use the normal one. This is the one that we are going to run in our laptop or in our computer. And if you see, one of the main characteristics about this link is that whenever we open it, we have decided that the end of the root is going to be language English US. Let's see what happens if we delete this thing and we open Navisworks Manage. The software launches the same as usual. However, as you can see here, all the commands and all the text are in a different language. They are in Spanish in this case, because this is the installation that we did the first time. Let's close here and let's see what happens if, again, in the properties we add this language English US. We press accept, we run the software, and now all the language is set to English. We can change it to any different language that we prefer, but this is very handy for being able to use our software in an easy way. Well, this is the interface of Navisworks Manage in the version 2023, and as you can see here in the upper left right corner, we can see that we have here the possibility of editing the options, the general options of the software. We have here many possibilities. We don't want to talk about them now, but if you want to set your software and your preferences, you can do it here very easily. As you can see, we have here all the different tabs for these ribbons. This is the main ribbon, and we are going to talk about them bit by bit in different videos. Here in the upper taskbar, we have the main commands that we can be using during our experience with the software, like creating new files, opening new files, saving, printing, and doing commands, redoing commands, and so on. In the case, if we want to change this, we can change and customize this quick access toolbar. We're going to start learning about the software appending a file, so that we can see something here, because what we see here is that we have a selection tree, which is like a different window. We have here a timeliner, and we have here some properties, and this would be the main 3D object interface. We can close all these windows, and we can turn it on again here in the different possibilities that the software provides. So let's add a file. We can see here that with Navisworks we can open many different types of BIM files, from Navisworks, 3D Studio, PTS, ASCII, which are like a interchange format, CATIA, MicroStation, DWF, Autodesk, FBX, and so on. And depending on the software, native software that you are using, you may be more inclined to use any of these options. One of the most important is this one, IFC, which is an interchange file format for Beam files and Beam objects. But for now, what we want to do is to say that we want to select all the files. Now in this folder, we have many different types, like this belonging to Navisworks. We have FBX files, we have Excel files, project files, and here at the end we have all different options. So let's start, for instance, using this one. Whenever we open, we can see that we have the possibility of seeing the excavation of a certain site. We don't know very well what is this, but we can start browsing just by using these commands, or more useful by using the mouse. Here the option pan let us change the position of the camera, and we can also do it with the mouse pressing the wheel and dragging. We can also use the command of doing a zoom window by selecting the part of the model that we want to see. We can also orbit around a different point. In this case, this would be the pivot point, and we can also do that. I want to select here. We can also do that by using the caps key in the keyboard and clicking in the wheel and dragging. So I'm doing this now with my mouse. Here we also have the possibility of look around, which would be very useful if we are in interior environments. This is not so useful. And we also have here different options that we will see in the view tab. And finally, we can decide that we don't want to change with any of these options, but we just want to select some of the elements. We also have the possibility of changing the viewpoints by selecting different elements in our cube. This is the Autodesk cube. It can be very useful. And we can also, from a pan view, changing the orientation. It's very useful also to use the home button, which let us go to the pre-established point of view, and we can change it at any time. If we decide that this is not going to be our most important view, but this one, what we can do is go in here to the house, right click, and say that we want to set the grid view as home, so that if we are in any other view, at any moment we can come back to this viewpoint. If we select any element, we can see that this element is highlighted in the selection tree, and additionally we have some information about it in the properties window, where we can see, in this case, what is the name of the element, the type, icon, if it's hidden or not, the source file, in this case the excavation FBX file, and we can also find if there is any information related to this object here in the timeliner, which is empty at the moment, and we can also see if we have any user-defined properties that we can see so far are not very well set. We're going to see all these options in depth, and we're going to browse about all these different tabs, but it's important to know that here we can look for information. We can also go here to the help assistance of Autodesk, which is usually very good, and here we can look for specific commands or tasks that we want to perform with Navisworks. And finally, it's important to know that we are logged in, because usually for academic licenses, it's important to have a session and to have an account related to academic or university email address. Here you have options also for buying some different options in the App Store. And well, in general, we can find some more information about our license support and learning tools in these options that we find here. So this is the main presentation, and in the following videos, we will see some other options related to all the possibilities that Navisworks let us use for browsing and developing our BIM projects.